don't just do what you can. Oh, I just done what I could. It's kind of a cop-out, don't you think? It's a bit like, yeah, I've got to try and do that. I've been trying to do that for ages. Notice the word try, it means like, you're not doing it, right? You're holding on to the idea, but you're not actually, well, there's no movement, you're not doing anything, so you're just causing yourself freaking anxiety, and you're causing yourself to live with regret, which is lowering your immune system neurologically, and well, you're backing down to everything that's a creation, which is meaning to live a lie. And so I'm going to urge you to level up. If that's your standard just now, if that's your standard of living, just to kind of, yeah, see how it goes. It's a bit lackadaisical, isn't it? Like I said yesterday, it's take it personally. Like, to take it personally and to have the ability to put your name on something. I done that, and be proudful of it. Be prideful with that. Not in an arrogant way, but in a way that I done my best. I looked at ways to improve it. I did improve it. I actually rewrote it, redone it, whatever it, because I seen there was a better way, and I just wanted to improve upon it. And you can continue down that road until you just kind of get it out there. And so, like, always, I urge you to not just do what you can, but to do your best. Like, whatever happened to having integrity and doing your best? I was adopted and raised with my grandparents, right? My mum's mum and dad, and they were of a generation of the Second World War, and like, they ultimately done their best, and everything that they bought back then was built with integrity. Everything, what they done was done with integrity. Family was everything to them. They made it look seamless, like there was no issues, and guess what? It was fucking shit ton brushed under the carpet, right? There's no such thing as a perfect family. There's no such thing as a perfect upbringing. It's a bit of a tangent. Let's bring it back. Anyway, don't just do what you can. Terrible attitude. It shows me that you're a sloppy person, that you don't do your best, that you just try at things, and you're just half-hearted, which means you're not doing it. And so just don't do it. If you're not going to do a good job, if you're not going to do a great job, if you're not going to do your best job, and have the ability to put your name on it, to sign it off, to say to the world, I done that, then don't do it. I'd rather you didn't do it than because you're just going to regret it. You've got to regret not doing a great job, because who the fuck wants to put their name on that? Right? So do your best. And here's a way to to prioritise something. I was talking to a lad in my inbox on Instagram, and he was saying, oh yeah, I've got rugby training 3 times a week, and we've got a game once a week, and I'm trying to up my stamina a little bit, and I go to the gym as well, so it's hard to kind of fit everything round about. And I guess with this guy, he's probably at college or university or something, so he's going to have his study, he's going to have his training, and he's got his game, and he's got his normal training with the lads. But like, when you begin to structure your day, so you could think that your day is full, like you can't do it, but most people I speak to on this, like, they haven't structured their day. And so bringing structure today, okay, this is when I do this, this is when I do this, this is when I do this. Oh wow, look, there's a couple of hours a day I've got. Shit, well, I could actually do that and improve upon that thing there, right? And so I find people with big, large businesses and corporations, like, they're very busy, but let me tell you something about very busy. There's a lot of noise within the very busy as well. It doesn't matter how many businesses you've got. And I spoke with one chap, and he had 9 businesses, and there was noise time, right? And anybody that's listening that's got multiple organisations or a large organisation, I don't have multiple organisations, but I can quite clearly see this, and it's eliminating the noise. Like I keep saying, I keep referencing Marcus Aurelius, because the quickest way to success is to deduct everything that's out of harmony with it, right? And so for these people, it's eliminating a lot of the noise, the unproductive work, right? It's not efficient work, it's not effective work, it's having you run on a treadmill, right? And so okay, how could I improve upon that? Can I improve upon that? Really improve upon that? Or does it actually need to go and clear the space for something improved, something where I can focus on doing that thing that I need to be doing that I'm not doing? Because there's always that, right? So create a schedule is what I'm getting at. create a schedule for the week. And so for this lad, I would suggest to him, right, so I'm just going to bring it here for everybody else, I would suggest to him, which I have, said, right, you've not got a structured week. And so structure your week. Put down your allocations of when you play rugby. Put down your allocations of when you train with your team. Put down allocations when you're at college, university. Put down your allocations when you're at the gym. Now have a look at the space you've got left. Right? And this is what he does. This is what he wants to do. And so this guy will be a professional rugby player. And so if he wants to be a professional rugby player, then he better treat it like he already is, right? And so it's to prioritise it. And so that time that he's going to have, which he will have, of course, he needs to study at times and do that. And that's important for him, for his grades, for where else he's going. But if he wants to be a professional rugby player, then he needs to allocate this time and truly work on his stamina there, and truly work on his leg strength there, the sprint, he wants to work on the explosive energy as well as the strength and the stamina and the legs. The wheels are very important, especially for rugby. It's not just about being light in the feet. Sure, you can be light in the feet as well, but not as quite as light as a footballer, but you still need to be light, but you need to be grounded as well, right? And so this guy is going to need to do all that. And so that's really what it is. It's structure. If you want to fit things in, to prioritise things, but you can't see way because you've got a lot on your plate, is everything that's on your plate actually effective? Is everything on your plate actually conducive towards where you're going? I think you'll actually find out when you look at it and you actually just structure your day out and weeks out, that you're actually going to see you've got clear space anyway, but it's actually going to highlight to you there's a lot of busy stuff going on. Busy meaning non-effective, efficient work at all whatsoever, and it's non-progressive. And so then we can take that, we can then compact it and create into that time where you're going to be effective. You're going to then evolve very fast. You're going to evolve very fast, very, very, very fast. And everybody I've done this with is evolve very fast. And when I've placed it in, I've evolved very fast. And when anybody else, like their organisations just grow and their people grow, and that's what it's all about. And so do that. Create a schedule for yourself. Whatever's important. If you're married, put date night in first. Eliminate it all and then put date night. Make sure you've got a date night once a week. It's important. It's connection, right? And so if you're married, date night goes first before anything. And you might think, what the fuck? Yeah. Date night, boom. Because a relationship affects everything if it's fucked. It really does. I felt the effects of that as well. And so many men will have, probably women as well, will have. I can't speak for women, not one. That's why I can't speak for women. But that's important, right? Communication. Because that's the first place that everything breaks down, is communication. And so talking about communication, how are you speaking to yourself? Because you can't be breaking that. So look at that too. We won't go into that just now because I could go on for quite some time. I'm going to keep this short and under 10 minutes. So we're at 8 minutes now. So yeah, that's it. Create a structure for yourself. Discipline yourself to follow that structure and see what can go, right? What is the goal? What is it that I want to achieve? Okay, is everything in here conducive towards what I want to achieve? Yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. You'll probably find more no's than yeses. You're going to remove all the no's. Bits that are meh, well, they can go as well, or you can find a ways to make them effective and then they can stay. If not, then no. And that's it. So structure your week, give yourself clarity on what you're actually doing, make yourself more effective, more efficient, and more proficient at what you do, which will give you the space to be bigger, better, brighter, and act in a more bolder way, and ultimately achieve what it is that you want. That's your quickest way. Anyway, I'm over and out. Respect and demand greatness. Demand of yourself the attributes and action steps of the individual that you admire, that you respect, and the individual that, live as a person that you're proud of. That's it. Be great.